This video will highlight 3 important factors that impact optimal delivery of inhaled therapies to the site of disease. These factors include device design and performance, drug formulation properties, and a tailored device formulation combination. There are 3 types of devices used to deliver aerosolized therapies: metered dose inhalers, nebulizers, and dry powder inhalers or DPI devices. This video will focus on DPI devices. Within DPIs, myriad options exist. DPI device design significantly influences performance. Each DPI device has an intrinsic airflow rate that ranges from low to high. During a patient's inspiration, a pressure gradient is generated across the device. This patient-supplied pressure drop, in conjunction with the intrinsic resistance of the device, generates a flow rate of air through the device. Flow rate is inversely related to resistance. DPI devices vary from low flow, high resistance, to high flow, low resistance, and everything in between. Next, let's look at 3 potential benefits that low-flow devices may have when used for inhalational drug delivery. The first benefit is based on how rapidly the user's inspiration can deagglomerate and disperse the powder in the lung. A typical DPI inspiration can be illustrated in different phases. First, the powder is deagglomerated and dispersed from the device. Next, the powder navigates through the oropharynx and upper airways. That volume of air that remains after the powder navigates through the oropharynx and upper airways is termed wash air. The wash air drives the powder deep into the distal airways. In low-flow, high-resistance devices, the energy generated from airflow is directed at disaggregating and/or fluidizing the dry powder and emptying the cartridge or capsule. Ideally, powder is dispersed early in the inspiration, leaving more wash air to drive the powder deep into the small distal airways near the site of disease. By contrast, a device that disperses powder later in the inspiration will leave less wash air. These particles may deposit into the oropharynx and upper airways. The next benefit is based on the drug particle velocity. Low-flow, high-resistance devices keep the powder's inertial properties low and better able to navigate branching of the airways, which facilitates distal airway deposition. By contrast, high-flow velocities in low-resistance devices keep the powder's inertial properties high, increasing the particle deposition in the oropharynx or upper airways. Last, the advantages of a low-flow, high-resistance device just highlighted ultimately result in consistent delivery of an effective delivered dose. The clinical implication is important. When using a low-flow, high-resistance device, the labeled dose is closer to the actual dose delivered. By contrast, when using a high-flow, low-resistance device, a higher labeled dose is required to compensate for greater deposition in unintended areas. It is also important to recognize that higher resistance devices do not necessarily require more inspiratory effort from a patient. In fact, certain low-flow, high-resistance devices are designed to be highly efficient at converting a patient's inspiratory effort into energy, and thus may require lower effort. Thus, some low-flow, high-resistance devices may be better suited for a wide range of users, including those with airflow limitations. Let's turn now to discussing the role of and importance of formulation properties in the effectiveness of inhalational drug delivery. An important factor is the aerodynamic size of the particles within the powder. Particle sizes ranging from 1 to 5 microns are ideal. Aerodynamic sizes of less than 1 micron are more likely to be exhaled, whereas particle aerodynamic sizes greater than 5 microns are more likely to deposit in the oropharynx. Particles that deposit in the oropharynx may be swallowed, reducing the amount of drug available for lung delivery. A formulation with good dispersibility will break apart and deliver the drug more easily. An ideal formulation should deagglomerate and disperse powdered drug with low flow rates. Lastly, let's consider the critical importance of the device formulation combination. A device that is designed to work with a specific formulation will optimize efficiency of drug delivery to the site of disease. A tailored drug-device combination should fit together like pieces of a puzzle to Maximize deagglomeration of the dry powder to deliver particles within the respirable range. Minimize overall particle velocity to allow particles to efficiently navigate the airways and limit impaction in upper airways, and ensure that a consistent dose is delivered to the small distal airways adjacent to disease. The three considerations for efficient inhaled drug delivery that we discussed are device design and performance, drug formulation properties, and tailored device formulation combination.